Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to a moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Up next in our influencer segment brought to you by Caldwell Soames, today we're featuring Jada Wooten, a Georgia native, athlete, and influencer extraordinaire. Jada is a professional cheerleader competing for over 15 years, and more notably, she's been featured in season 2 of Netflix's Cheer. She won an NCAA collegiate level title and world's title. Those are both very impressive. Now, for those unfamiliar, on Netflix's original docuseries Season Two's Cheer, she portrayed the struggles of cheerleading and gained tons of recognition, belonging to the Trinity Valley Community College team. Jada, as the lead tumbler and flyer, was often pegged as the Michael Jordan of her team by the series director. Today, she's here chatting career, cheerleading, and what her latest aspirations are focused on. Now, whether it's a game of basketball or the school cross country championships, competition is the activity of striving to win something by defeating or gaining supremacy over others. Competition is actually a social process. And at just 22 years old, Jada can surely talk to us about how competitive cheerleading has shaped her, changed her, and molded her. And if you think she lost any of that passion since the show ended, think again. Welcome now to the show is the amazing Jada Wooten.
Hello. So
Hello,
excited to be here.
hello, Stunner. I can't believe how young you are and how successful you have become at such a tender age, barely in your mid-20s.
Well, thank you. It's been a long process and it took a lot of struggles as well, but I'm happy and grateful for it.
Yeah, of course. What doesn't kill you will only make you stronger, and you've become very strong in the last year. Now, you were one of the most passionate people on the second season of Cheer, so much so, Jada, that some people even disliked you for it. You were quoted saying, "I'm so passionate and love cheerleading so much, it's literally as important as water and air to me." And then when people saw that passion on Cheer and then hated you for that, you were at a loss. What do you wish people knew?
It's kind of conflicting to say, but I don't blame them for it. I can understand. I have a strong personality, but also that there is more to me than just teeth, and that has come from years of doing this and my fallouts in cheerleading personally. But I'm actually a silly, goofy, and very. I love people. I really do, and I don't think people know that. I think they just look at me as intimidating and scary, but I want people to know that I'm far from that once getting to know me. But trying my best not to show as much teeth.
Oh no, you are actually, I think you are so soft and tender-hearted and very sensitive. People probably don't even realize that. You remind me very often of my sister. You put on a very tough front and you are tough, but inside you're mush. Now,
Yes.
yeah, now one can argue that cheerleading must be, in one's blood. So it only makes sense that the cast of the show left their schools and went on to cheer at other schools if it meant lengthening their careers. And that's exactly what you seem to have done. You traded your black and white Trinity Valley Community College uniform for a different one and started cheering for Sam Houston State co-ed team at the time. Why the change of heart?
Well, going from a community college, which is Trinity Valley, same with Navarro, you are almost expected to go to a university to kind of continue your growth. It's a different dynamic for one, and two, you get something different out of it as far as new experiences, new coaches, and again, like new opportunities. Like if at Trinity Valley, yes, I was known as being a flyer, but I started learning to fly there rather than being technically a flyer. My stunt partner did get injured my last year, which is why I wasn't a flyer on mat. But going to Sam Houston, I filled into that flyer role, and that probably I wouldn't say wouldn't happen if I stayed at Trinity Valley, but my probability of doing a new position was higher going to a university. And also, when you go to a community college, normally those kids, some and adults, are this is their first year in college. This is their first time even going to a collegiate level competition. So going to a university, they're more seasoned, and it's just another change. And it's typical people leave after 2 or 3 years being at a community college.
So it's interesting because college cheerleading recruiting is unlike any sport. I mean, while there are cheer programs at the NCAA Division One, Division Two, and Division Three levels, as well as NAIA and junior colleges, it isn't recognized as a sanctioned sport. Therefore, college coaches and student athletes can initiate the recruiting process at any point during high school. And that's why student athletes who are successful in their recruiting journey do the work needed to get on a coach's radar. They thoroughly research colleges, creating a recruiting video, attend camps and clinics, and attend cheerleading tryouts. It's very, very competitive. I don't know how you do it. Now, why has, more importantly, what has cheerleading helped you discover about yourself?
That I have a drive, and as well as team people skills, if you will. I think working with a group of athletes who are all exceptional and all just as competitive, sometimes more, brings out that competitive side of you that for me came out as teeth. And it's quite something. I've done other sports and nothing is like cheerleading. I've also excelled in other sports and loved them, and I didn't find the same competitive drive in me that I did in cheerleading. I think that cheerleading brought out a
Beast mode in you. It brought out
yeah,
beast mode in you, and
it trickled into my everyday life as well.
And that passion was ignited, but never, that passion is why you are who you are today and why you are where you are at today. Now, what does your weekly training routine look like?
So recently, I have been working out every single day, lifting weights, and but that's a personal preference. I don't. It's not okay. I won't say it's not typical, but I don't know many who do that kind of weight training. More so because they're not. They don't have the knowledge to. But when I'm home, it's more difficult for me to tumble and get with some partners and do pyramids and all of those things. I'm prepping for something right now. I'm going to be a contestant on a show that I'm training for strength wise. And then when I'm there, it's going to be every day tumbling, stunting, doing routines, that kind of workout. So, and that's a vastly different one. Cheer shape is way different than just being in normal shape. So I'm trying to get my strength up home while for me to prepare to do
For this next chapter.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, are you currently at school? And if not, what are you studying or how are you going about that?
I am not in school. I left Sam Houston, the university I transferred to after the first semester of last year, and I was studying marketing. I do plan to go back to school possibly. It's just not on the top of my priority list because if I wanted to anyways this year, I would have to be out for the first semester of the entire year, which is hard to do for somebody just jumping on a team, whether it's new or not. Teams go through 2 semesters of working together every single day or 3 times a week at minimum, and build a dynamic, build their chemistry with their teammates, and training and all of that. I'll be in shape to go back to school if I want to, but it's still a decision of where I want to go as well.
Of course, of course. And you have time. You're so young and so driven and so determined that I can't imagine you wouldn't excel at anything that you put your mind to it. School is definitely, I'm sure, your priority, but right now you got to focus on your passion. And if it means training for that next competition, then that's where you have to follow your heart for. Now, balancing it all, balancing cheer, having fun, family, making sure you're keeping beast mode in check
Yeah.
over here. What do you do for fun that has nothing to do with training and cheer and schoolwork and commitments? What's your release?
Family cookouts is a big one. I also travel occasionally, whether it's for a friend's birthday or just to go. It's usually for birthdays, but I also love staying at home on the couch watching shows.
And love, well, listen, you have to find the balance. And if that's your balance, you do whatever you need to do to reset yourself.
For
What,
sure.
what is your lifelong dream?
to one, be close to my family. Family's huge to me. It's been my backbone my entire life. And then two, having the means to have the freedom to do whatever I want when I want, including taking care of all my animals and building them little things and being able to stay home every day and make sure that they're well taken care of and are happy.
All while, of course, cheering.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Now,
love being an athlete. I don't see
uh,
that going away anytime soon. I have
anytime
plans
soon.
if I leave cheer as well. So
There you go. Well, I'm sure I see you opening up a big, a big either gymnastics or big center that you can just coach and really guide other women and other girls really into the graces that you have had the opportunities to fall into.
activism as well comes a part of that. That is something that's a little sensitive for me as far as how and where I'm going to be standing in that in my future. I love to speak out and stand up for what I believe in, what I think people deserve, whether they're athletes, women, people
What
of
do you
color,
stand
like
for? Do you have an organization or a charity that you advocate for?
not not directly, no, but I have plans coming up, and they will they will come out soon enough.
Okay. So what current projects are you working on that you could share with us?
I already created a podcast, and I plan to use that to kind of give people that perspective of me that they don't have, or maybe do some to a certain degree. But I want to be open and honest about where I come from, why I do, and also the things that are typically ignored, whether it's in sports or not, that athletes and women deal with constantly. But that's one of my own little personal projects. I have another big project coming out that is way it's a big bigger, if you will.
Now,
But that's
what's the
still in
show name? Can you tell us the name of the show that you're going to be on?
American Cheer Icon.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, we're definitely going to look out for that. We are out of time, but it was such a pleasure chatting with you, Jada. You are amazing. You've come such a long way. It's inspirational, and I'm sure a lot of girls are looking up to you right now.
Thank you. I had such a good time talking to you too. It's been too long, and I appreciate you guys bringing me on again.
Yeah, you got it. We're big fans. Guys, you definitely have to check out Jada Wooten on the gram at Jada Wooten _. Now, listen, it's also important to note each college comes with its own set of qualifications. To have a shot at making the team, recruits need to focus on the programs where their tumbling, stunts, and jumps align with the team's skill set. Beyond athletics, college cheerleading coaches consider academics and seek out recruits with a strong academic background. In fact, some cheerleading scholarships are awarded to the cheerleader on the team with the highest GPA. Cheerleading is, in fact, a sport, but it's not currently recognized by the NCAA as a sanctioned sport. And for this reason, there is less funding available to coaches for college cheer scholarships. That was our influencer segment brought to you by Caldwell Soames. That was the amazing Jada Wooten, Georgia native, athlete, influencer, and cheerleader extraordinaire. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Caldwell Soames Incorporated, investing globally in transformative businesses like Original Digital Corporation, or ODC. ODC develops advanced consumer and commercial fintech solutions such as OG Pay, which will transform the way you manage your money. From sending and receiving money globally for free, paying for goods and services in person and online, pay bills, buy and sell digital currencies, all while earning interest. OG Pay is easy to set up, FDIC insured, and your information is secured. Check out ogpay.com.